Monday morning sports report.
Hey, yo.
Brought to you by
Tough Man Refresh.
Tough Man Refresh. Tough Man Refresh.
I tell you what, there's nothing like the smell of a rugby league dressing shed.
Mm-hmm.
You're up and about, aren't you?
You're back into it on the weekend.
It's been a long time since I've been in one. But that smell, it's not
What about that
TP.
that
Not
movie
just
shot?
that, yeah.
What?
I was thinking, you think, oh, it's just the deep heat smell, but it's, I don't know, there's some kind of weird combination.
It's grass,
That
it's
is
sweat,
it's the perfect elixir.
it's primal.
It is. It's primal. And it's oh man, it just took me back. It was like, but it's actually not even deep heat because the physio, he was giving everyone, rubbing them and whatever. But it was it's a special
I think you
cream.
should specify,
Yeah,
actually.
please specify
So what is
quickly.
that? Because it must
Did someone touch you?
it must go. It must go
Show me on the dog.
in the deep heat, but it's it's just an ingredient that goes in all that stuff.
It's a bit like that menthol.
You know what I'm
It's-
talking
yeah,
about?
Yeah,
whatever,
that one.
whatever that is.
Menthol, is it?
I reckon it's
Oh,
like
you know,
it's like that
you know what it is.
menthol,
It's
yeah.
like,
Not like
you get it
cigarettes,
in like Tiger Balm and
Yeah.
stuff like that as well. But whatever that is,
If you know, you know.
yeah,
Ash, do you have another
It's
coaching?
menthol.
menthol.
Eucalyptus
Yeah,
oil.
there you go. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah, eucalyptus menthol. Yeah,
Is it? Is that what it is?
Turpentine.
it's old school. Yeah. But I reckon that would have just taken you right back. That could have taken you right back to Harvey Bay, to North. It's like it doesn't change.
A lot has changed from when I played. Which is we never used the sticky shit.
The Grippo, yeah. I know what you guys call it, Grippo, yeah.
You'd use that in AFL, wouldn't you?
We have it. I don't like it. I hate the feeling of like when you get a bit of grass stuck to your hand because of it. So I don't like using it. But I know a lot of guys that do, and you see it smeared on their jumper, and you go, "Oh, it's disgusting."
Yeah.
Charlie
Yeah.
Cameron said it the other day at the lunch
Yeah.
because I'm saying how Steedens have grip and Sharon's
They
don't.
don't.
And then Charlie went, "Yeah, but we've got Grippo." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that existed."
Yeah. You spray it. You put your hands out. You spray it on.
Oh, that's what you see him do that.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, like in under 14s, like one of the dads had like something that you spray on brakes. Like, I was like, "What is this?" We went out like it was the first time. I go, "Oh, this would be good." It was like in a final, and I've like touched the grass at Ballon. I mowed the day before. I'm like, okay, this is having the opposite effect. Like my hands are now just covered in grass. It's a horrible idea, but I mean, yeah, it is definitely handy in AFL, but league probably unnecessary. Otherwise, you're just sort of palming the ball out like that, like Critter.
I wonder if Critter had that on his hands the other week
That was
when
cool.
he was doing that.
That was cool.
What about that try from Mark Nawangani-Wase
That was
over the weekend?
unreal.
I mean,
Nuts.
people were saying, look, this could be one of the best tries, not just of this year, but of all time. And I saw it, and until you go back and watch the replay of it, you don't understand the dexterity, the athleticism, that
The awareness.
the execution, the awareness, all of those type of things that he used to score that try. And the more that you watch it, the more impressive it becomes.
You're watching it in slow mo and going, I couldn't I can't comprehend that at full speed. Even in slow mo, I'm going, how did you get your leg out that wide, have that much control
How did he think
at top
of it
Yeah.
in that moment?
Well, that's why we've talked about those, because he's jumped between codes, and that hybrid model of player that's going to roll between Union, Sevens, and League.
Yeah.
That's, I reckon, going to be the new model of player coming through because they are incredible athletes.
Yeah.
I reckon
He was sevens at Paris. I could never say his name right as the announcer at the stage of finals. How do you say it so easily?
Nawangani-Wase.
Yep.
But
I think I've been saying all weekend, the winger one. Oh, no, I can't even redo it
it's
now.
all right.
No,
Safe space,
sorry.
safe space.
Sorry.
The thing about it is, though, is that, like, don't you reckon, like, he's, what am I trying to say? He's just as good a footballer, or he was just as good a footballer, just as talented in Paris, playing sevens, as what he is now.
Yeah.
But now he's got so much street cred.
Yeah,
Because you come to the NRL and put that down in the NRL, it's like all of a sudden people like me, mainstream sort of rugby league, we go, oh, hang on, he's really good.
Yeah.
Like he's really good.
The other one, and also speaking Olympics, is, and Quade Cooper's doing it, is flag football, which is like sort of touch NFL. It's like OzTag NFL, but that's an Olympic sport in LA in 3 years. So what players will have a crack at the Olympics in that way?
Oh.
Because Quade Cooper's doing it. He's playing. I was with him in Osaka a couple of weeks ago where he's playing rugby, but he says he's going to go change to flag football to try and make the Olympic team.
Really?
Win an Olympic medal.
And is that's effectively like OzTag but for NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
only
essentially it,
presuming.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because like,
And no one's going to be good at it other than obviously
Yeah.
the USA is going to be good at it, but no one else really plays NFL, in a big way.
yeah, so
any
that's,
other
I
country,
guess
right?
that's the way they could make it most
Yeah.
accessible.
But I mean,
to other
Australia
nations.
could medal.
No, we could,
Yeah, that's what
absolutely.
I'm saying,
We
you
have
know,
that base because I was listening to chat with Ben Eichen the other day and explained the Queensland and all of NRL numbers because they don't count them per se, but OzTag, touch footy, when they talk about the game's growth, that's all part of it. So I wonder if they'll start because I know a few people in that NFL community here in Australia, and they're really starting to hype it up. They're really looking towards LA 28, and you're already seeing a bit of crossover. Athletes going, you know what, I might actually. Maybe this might be the game for me going forward. Like finally, my skill set.
Yep. Fringe player.
Fringe player. Like I'm great at touch, but touch isn't really going to send me anywhere.
Yep.
But I've got a couple of years to transfer my skills across, and I could honestly, if I'm a great OzTag or touch player, like at a national level, and you see those massive competitions, but they don't really go much further.
No.
This actually could be the opportunity. Give it 2 years to transfer skill set. I reckon these guys are on.
And it must be pure. Like obviously, NFL has a large degree of size and strength, but I mean, it'd just be all. All
Explosive power,
explosive,
yeah.
fast.
More sprinters would lend themselves to it because
'Cause
you
there's no tackling.
don't need to be a big fella.
Is it NFL rules?
Yep.
Yes.
It's essentially their adaptation of
OzTag.
So they've got tags on them, and it's still the exact same sort of things. I'm not exactly sure how that initial kind of that line of scrimmage is.
Scrimmage and blocking, yeah, that'll be there, but it'll be more tactical.
Yeah.
And then again, if you throw to a receiver, it's not trying to take them out. It's can you grab their flag?
Yeah. I wonder if you could use because I think it's amazing in NFL that they don't do more rugby union / rugby league players. Like that every NFL player can't pass a ball like we do in rugby league because you are allowed unlimited passes backwards in each play. You're allowed one pass forward, but can you imagine if they started like utilising rugby league moves? Like the opposition wouldn't know what the
I think
they're doing.
I think part of the danger is though,
if you got a back line going, you know what I mean? And, and you spun it out the backs, and then all of a sudden the guy who's the outside centre, he throws the forward pass.
Yeah.
To whoever.
It's crazy that is an option.
It's like
for
we've
the
been
game.
doing this for 100 years.
Well, it's like how
we've been doing the rugby league moves, rugby union moves, and in the NFL they don't.
I think
you hardly ever see it.
A part of a big thing though is that it's a percentage game. So they
Exactly.
they care so much about like what's the highest percentage play right here, and for whatever reason I do not know why they just don't see the rugby union, rugby league passes as a high percentage play. And because if they lose the ball,
probability.
Does high percentage mean what?
So
high percentage it'll come off.
Yeah.
But it is like I mean because
I haven't run it enough, so there's not enough scenarios for them to have that percentage.
I don't understand it, but they would say the probability of us doing the quarterback blitz, whatever, is 72% completion.
Yeah.
Your move is 43%.
And
I guess.
it would be one of those things that unless someone started to do it and you saw success with it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If Quade Cooper is going to play whatever footy,
I would presume he'd be the quarterback because he's done some crazy like throw stuff.
Yes,
on Instagram.
He can do that, but you know that he can also do the out the back stuff. And so a team like Australia, for example, could come up against the United States who aren't going to do it because they can't do it.
Yeah.
They've never been trained that way.
It's off the table for them to do it.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, if a team like Australia came in and went, what the they just won the flag football in the Olympics, then it would stand to reason that an NFL team would go, well, maybe it will fucking work because it's working in the touch footy.
You can Ted Lasso it. Bring over
Exactly
bring
right.
over
Chaos,
Kevy.
yeah.
You know, he's coached one sport in his own country, comes over to a completely different arena, different sport, and just brings a different culture, but shows them a few moves from his old sport. Just completely change how NFL is played.
Kevy could be coach of our flag football team.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
That's a one sport, like one time only thing in LA because that's not going to make a return in 2032, right?
If it's successful, if it takes off,
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
know,
not, it could. You know,
Okay.
it's like breakdancing.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
It's one and done, I think. But there's still, I think there's still some sort of hope that breakdancing in that community will be in LA, but I don't think at the moment
we really should check in on that community, how they're doing. It's been a little while.
How annoyed would they have to be?
Very.
because of old mate.
Yeah.
Well, remember J Attack, who we had in the studio.
What a great guy.
Yeah, and I actually know this because wherever I was on the weekend, someone saw him speaking at I interviewed him at a lunch last week, and he was still hopeful of
sick.
being in LA.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen.
No, and I'm like of the opinion, no, you guys had your chance.
Yeah.
You had your chance.
But always one person
Did your
ruining
thing.
for everyone.
Yep.
And you know what they did too?
Tell your story walking. What?
If you watched it, it wasn't very dynamic because they ruled out certain things for safety and various things like neck spins.
Oh, yeah.
So when you looked at the breaking at the Olympics, if you're on your Instagram, you go, that's way better than the shit I was watching because they were doing crazier manoeuvres and stuff like that.
Anyway, so quickly, Origin teams dropped this morning. Queenslanders in the room. How are you feeling?
Well, it's either we get pumped or this is the greatest move ever of blooding 3 new players who become 30 Origin players each and started a mad dynasty.
See, I was saying to Ash in the kitchen earlier this morning that this is the stuff that worries me. I never like coming into game 1 as a New South Wales fan away at Suncorp, and when you guys have just any reason to refer to yourselves as the underdogs.
Yep.
Oh God.
And we are. It's $1.70
yeah.
to lose.
And like I said to you, Ash, like I first really got into Origin in 05 down New South Wales, where I'm from, and then I went through 8 straight. So I grew up, even though New South Wales, and I admit it, is the empire, we are the bad guys in State of Origin.
Yeah.
I get it. I get to have that victim mentality because first 9 series, I won one of them.
You were interested in, yeah.
And I say,
that's like my kid,
yeah.
like Sid, when he started getting interested in it, it was like, it was about the age of 4.
Yeah.
Right at the start, and we won 8 straight. So
Yeah,
by the time
he was in
12,
high school.
He'd never seen a Queensland loss.
He was in high school.
Yeah,
Didn't
he
think it
was. He
happened.
was in
Yeah.
high school, and I was like, "Oh, mate, it's not normally
It's
like
not always
this."
like that.
You know what worries me is, okay, we've got Mo Fodawaker and Tino as our props. Okay,
Oh, this always happens.
on our bench, we've only got one prop, Lindsay Collins. Bo Fermor, he's an edge. Trent Liero, well, I know he plays lock, but he's not really a prop, is he? He can play in the middle, but he's not really a prop.
So what are you saying? We're a bit light.
Well, just that he's going to have to juggle around. I guess Pat Carrigan can go up and, Pat Carrigan could go and play prop.
Is Haas going to be ruled out? Let's go there. Is he injured? He's injured, isn't he?
Well, he was pretty much first name for New South Wales.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't he injured?
What was I'm a
He injured. He
Pano, yeah.
did something or other. Over
Like
the
if he's
weekend.
out, that'll change the betting. I mean, we won't be. I mean, that you're looking at probably even betting if he's out.
We know every journo's now just going to be circling that, and each team now is going to lock down with these injuries.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, it's got the media day today, which is the last chance people have a chance to have a look, and then you will not hear a single thing out of those camps. There might be, I reckon it'll even be like late changes just to protect the integrity of it.
Yeah.
I wonder what gear they get.
The
I
merch?
just did that Queensland thing.
Oh, yeah.
Getting all that gears. I'm still wearing it.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't take one bit of civilian clothing to Sydney.
good man.
I did nothing. I was
On the plane, you had your kit on.
everyone had to travel like in the team kit, like on the plane. Actually, we were on the plane with the plane that brought the St George Illawarra team up.
Oh, yeah.
So St George hopped off and we hopped on. So they must have come up from Sydney on the Saturday and we went down. But I just thought it's a total Queensland for the whole.
I'm surprised that the Puma don't sponsor all the way down like all the Queensland teams because that's the gear that you got looks beautiful, looks wonderful.
Yeah, but it's
not
That's
Puma.
that's a good point.
What is Puma the Queensland Origin team? Yeah,
Because they are.
Yeah,
Like
they
it is
should do that.
affiliated. Cause
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the
should be
definitely.
uniform.
Universities was on the QRL website.
Yeah.
Might be a split between Maroon. They sponsor just the Maroons specifically because I know there's splits between Maroons as a brand and then offshoot of Queensland Rugby League. But it's a nice feeling being dressed in like as an athlete or like in because you just know because I reckon everyone who loves sport just wants to be like have a photo taken of them at an airport in sporting gear.
Get in the kit.
Sometimes I also like to stand around just in like arrivals, just looking around, just in case anyone was to ever go, is he an athlete? I have my Broncos bag on, just hope someone sees a little like ASICS logo there. Like some guy at Heathrow just came up to you, got off the like long haul flight.
Quick photo.
Straight away. I wish. No, honestly, I wish he goes, so mate, who do you play for? I'm like, yes.
Especially when you walk on the plane, you're walking down, you got the backpack on, and then you've got like your
Headphones?
Beats headphones on.
Yeah.
You're always going to look like a player.
At Sydney, Qantas Club, there's a big escalator that goes up to it, and this Nuff was like fully dressed in Australian cricket kit once, like head to toe. I'm like, look at
This beautiful woman.
this idiot with these long flowing locks.
It was Nathan Bracken.
Well, worse, it was
Zampa.
it was actually Adam Zampa.
Yeah, Adam Zampa.
Beautiful girl.
Are you Ash, are you going to go coach somewhere else now? Like, is this the start of your coaching? I mean, it's not the start, but...
You know what? The time that would be required to be a coach would be so full on. And JB, the guy that was the coach of the Queensland team, he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Like, all of the sessions were so streamlined. Like, and that doesn't just happen. Like, they've thought it through, they've worked it out, they knew exactly what they were doing. And quite honestly, the biggest thing that it taught me over the weekend, it's been 30 years since I played, 30 years, and I've been involved with all my kids, like, you know, but that's under 5s through to under 12s, and I've coached most of that. But what I really got out of the weekend is I know nothing about the game. I know less than nothing about the game. I learnt so much over the weekend about just different shapes and all of this type of stuff, marker defence and all of the intricacies that I'm actually looking forward to watching footy as a result now, because I did genuinely learn so much. It's so amazing, like how they how detailed it is.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even fully understand. Just listening to it on radio now, like the terminologies.
Oh.
Like, in all honesty, I'm going, what the fuck? He's doing what?
It's kind of
He's
a level.
playing left edge, and then he's what? Like, I mean, I don't know the game on that level.
No.
Yeah.
I don't really want to.
No, neither do I. I don't
Yeah.
want to take that foot out of that
Yeah.
fan camp.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like getting
Yeah.
too analytical.
Yeah.
You lose a bit of love for it,
Yeah.
and you kind of have to, as a coach, come from, I guess, almost like a loveless, robotic place to understand the game.
If you listen to post-match press conferences, it's like it's
Yeah,
robotic.
it's X's and O's around a whiteboard. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like getting on the inside shoulder of someone,
Yes.
and then if he does this, then you do that, and this and that. You know, it was like so technical, and it's not so because I was like, oh no, you're so like I'm not even.
Just run it straight, mate.
Yeah, I have less than zero idea about what the is going on. Genuinely, that's the truth.
I'll very quickly stick with the theme of coaching, Lockie, because something big happening this week, which hopefully we'll have on the studios in Thursday morning.
Wow.
Ange Postecoglou has his chance, finally, to silence his critics.
Yeah, Europa League final up against Man United, so playing Wednesday morning, I believe, or Thursday
morning,
at
5 a.m.
During the show. So
We're on.
That'll be good. I'm gonna have a bet on that.
Both United and Tottenham have thrown out their league form this season and gone, we're going all in on this.
Yeah.
And whoever wins will, have something to prove. Whoever loses, it's their lowest league table finish in a very long time.
So they need this.
So they kind of really need this.
Is this a season ender?
What do you mean? Like,
Well, I mean,
it's the
where are we at with everything?
The Premier League has like 1 or 2 games to go, so Liverpool's already wrapped up the title. They're on holidays. Like, what they're doing basically is they're playing the games on the weekend, and then they're going to the Bahamas, and they're going to all these like exotic locations, partying for 5 days, coming back,
Sanctuary Cove,
doing a warm up, and then playing a game. And they're all like, you can tell they're all just having
so
the best time.
So what's coming up other than that?
The Club World Cup's coming up, so basically what happens now is that once the leagues all kind of wrap up, you've got the Europa League, which is like the European competition, and the Champions League.
Right, so there's still heaps of stuff.
There's still plenty of soccer.
What's Ange do though after that? Is he...
And well, it depends on if he wins or not. To be honest, I think
is there a chance that he'll finish?
There is a case to be made that he will leave if they lose.
As in sacked.
Well, yeah, or he seems
quit
like,
if they win.
He also could do that. He seems like the sort of bloke who's very headstrong. You kind of don't really know what he's going to do.
He just seems different this year. Like there's a level of like
they've finally got to him.
Yeah, like he's yelling back at.
So you got to control.
He never did that.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden he's
and
like,
sort of questioning everything too, and sort of setting journos straight.
Yes.
There is this great bit of footage from one of his interviews a couple of years ago where he goes, "Mate, I win trophies in my second year."
Yeah, it was last year. So
last year, okay.
Last year.
And he's essentially done that most of his career. So if he manages,
he's
if they
done
manage
it
to get
everywhere
up,
he's gone. He's done it at Yokohama in Japan, at Celtic in Scotland, at the Raw, at Melbourne Victory. Everywhere he's gone, he's won a trophy in his second season.
What's his greatest ability as a coach?
motivating the players. Like every player who's ever played for him wants to run through a wall for him. His ability just to encourage you. Like there's footage of him after they won in the last round in the Europa League, and he just encouraged. Like he gives this little short speech, and any of the fans who support Tottenham watch it and they go, "I'm all in, Ange back in." But they're so flippant. But Ange is just one of the best motivators. I think there's a clip online, him speaking to the Australian boys heading into a World Cup game. And he's like, I don't care who you're facing. You're playing for Australia right now. Like, it's honestly makes you want to run through a wall for him because he's just such a great motivator.
That's how I felt when the team ran out yesterday. Mate, I wanted to be a part of that team so much. When you're out there running the water, you can only run the water when your team's got the ball. So, you're out there sort of giving them water.
Yourself in position?
You're just behind the ruck and you're just sort of looking at it. And, I was saying to JB, what would I pay, to take off 30 years of my life and to be 22 again? Yeah. Anything. Anything. Like, I've made a couple of dollars, I'd spend most of them. or nearly everything, actually. Like, I'd go if I can make more money. Yeah. Take 30 years of my life, make me 22 again, and I would be off. I just want to be out there so much.
Do you want to hear
We had them. Tosser said to us, Tosser said at the end, he says, Ash, they were on the pads, like just in the warm-up. He goes, Ash, let's get him in. And me and Tosser just went to town. And the New South Wales team was warming up over there. And me and Tosser, without giving ourselves a rap, we had them humming. And they were just, we're going, let these, there's no over there. And all the boys were just like full on it. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, it was so good.
When did you
I loved it.
When did you drop your first Queenslander? When did you drop it?
I don't know that I did actually. They did that, but I didn't do that. But we got them amped up.
I like it.
Do you want to hear Ange revving up the boys a little bit?
Go, this will get you through your Monday. Start your Monday.
Yeah.
Just think about one thing, right? You think about the person in your life, as I've always said to you, it could be your mum, could be your dad, could be your brother, sister, uncle, grandfather, partner, friend, coach, somebody in your life that when you started believed in you more than anyone else. Well done, Fred! That when you said, I want to play football and you were passionate about it, they're the ones that made the sacrifices. They're the ones that pushed you. That when people said to you, you're not good enough, they're the ones that picked you up and said, no, you keep going.
Oh, Dad, come on, Dad. Oh.
Think about that person. Think about how that person's going to feel when we win tonight. When they're at home and the text messages start coming through to them and people ringing them and people sharing the experience with them, and when they wake up tomorrow morning in Australia and everyone wants to talk to them, they'll feel like it's them that's achieved it. And you know what? It is them. Because that's who you're walking out with tonight. When I walk out, my old man's next to me. He's a hard man, my old man. Still is today. But he's the one that kept saying to me, no, you can keep doing what you're doing. You're going to love this game and you're going to make it to the very top. Hard man, though. When we won the Asian Cup, said, fucking went to his place because he can't travel. Here's the Asian Cup medal. Dad? He goes, well done, son, but if you'd made a substitution a little bit earlier and you stopped this playing out from the back shit, it wouldn't have gone into extra time and you'd be fine. Still a hard man. Can't please him. That's who made me. He walks out with me tonight. Every day, he would be off of work before I got up for school. He'd come home at night, well after it got dark. He'd literally sit at the dinner table, just chow down dinner, and then sit in front of the TV for half an hour, fall asleep on the couch. And that was our routine. And it was hard for a young boy like me to get a connection there. But come Sunday, mate, when we had to go to Middle Park, he was just a different bloke. We would drive into the car park and I could just see his sort of shoulders just relax and he'd get so animated, and we'd walk through the gates and the smell of the souvlaki come in and the noise, the vibrancy. My dad started talking because for the most part, everyone's talking Greek, so I guess all the conversations he had in his head during the week that he couldn't have because of the language barrier, he just unleashed walking into there. So, and for me as a little kid, looking up at him walking through there, mate, I loved what the club did to my father. So, and that's why I ended up loving the club. I clicked fairly early that, you know what, if I love this like he loves this, then I'll get close to him. So you reckon if my old man was out there, he'd be afraid of Germans? Argentinians, Brazilians. That's not what he instilled into me when I was young. That's not the people who made that sacrifice for you in your life. That's not how they raised you. So let them walk out with you tonight. But when the opposition are looking across at you, they're not just looking at you, they're looking at what made you. They're looking at the people who made you.
When I looked around the room, and they weren't all of migrant backgrounds. Some come from country areas, and I knew their journey, and so when I was talking to them, that was the message about the values that the game has given us.
I want to wake up tomorrow morning in the papers and not talking about the next AFL player who farted, or the NRL player who did something stupid, or some rugby union thing. I want them talking about our game. I want them talking about us. You wouldn't be sitting here today unless there was a person in your life who just gave you the most enormous love and belief that, you know what, I don't give a what happens to me, what people say about me, what challenges I have, I'm going to make it. All right, enjoy your lunch.
That was a pre-lunch speech.
Enjoy your lunch. The entrees are being served. It's all turn and drop.